Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and this is your January 2024 monthly overview reading. We are going to be working with the tarot, a variety of oracle cards, and I am also an astrologer, so I will be giving you a little bit of astrological info along the way. So let's go ahead and get into your cards. We're going to start with a keyword for the energy of January. A big happy new year to all my Geminis out there. So let's see how January is unfolding for you. Ooh, and we have commitment. So there's something deepening here for you, Gemini. This is definitely a card of, committing deeper to yourself, to your spiritual path, to a partnership or love relationship. For some of you, you could even literally be tying the knot or going to a wedding this month. That could be something that's really coming up very strongly for a Gemini. So let's get into next a numerology card. And I keep seeing this camera go in and out of focus. I'm so sorry for that. We are still in Mercury retrograde as I'm recording this. And that is actually something, thankfully, Gemini, we will be coming out of the Mercury retrograde on January 1st. And we will be in the shadow point of Mercury until it goes back to the degree that it was in when it went retrograde. So that will be on January 21st. January 21st is actually a really powerful and positive date for you because that means Mercury is entirely out of its retrograde shadow. And it is also the day that Pluto moves from Capricorn into Aquarius. And Aquarius is a fellow air sign, so that's a very positive alignment for you when Pluto moves into a fellow air sign. It's going to be a slow but steady journey, but it will be very empowering for you. On the whole, it's going to help you to integrate a lot of the deeper transformations that you've gone through. So let's get into your numerology card next and see what comes up there. Teaching and learning, number 57. So Gemini, number 5 to me is definitely an energy of knowing yourself, understanding your deeper spiritual knowledge and information, and the 7 is a number of spiritual and personal development and growth. So you're both teaching and learning. I always say this whenever I teach an astrology class or anything like that. I always say that when you teach, you learn, right? And vice versa. Your students will teach you a lot of things that you didn't always think about. So you could definitely be stepping into that experience where the more that you learn, the more that you're, sharing and evolving. If you are in a position of teaching or helping to explain something to someone, you're going to be very good at it this month. And you're going to get a lot out of it. And it's going to really help whoever it is that you are imparting your information to. So next, let's get into a gemstone or crystal. Let's see what is going to be the best for you to work with for this month of January. And we have the zincite. This is the health of the physical body. It's also the root chakra. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the angelite, which is your throat and crown chakra. And this is spiritual communication, communicating with the angels, spiritual guides, guardians, ancestors. So to me, this is a very interesting combination because the zincite is very grounded, root chakra in the physical body, right? But this one is very ethereal. It's very much about what you experience through your spiritual center, the top of your head, your crown. And it's, with the throat, it's like you're speaking about it, right? So you may be getting divine messages. You may have a lot of messages coming through in dreams, signs and symbols kind of reaching you. And it's like you really have a lot to share. You have a lot to say about those experiences. So next, let's get into your angels, your guardians, your guides. Let's see which one is coming through to help our Geminis out for January the most. And we do have Melchizedek, which is, again, higher spiritual learning and development. Can be that law of attraction, practice what you preach kind of thing, right? It's like whatever it is that you wish for, that's what you should speak about. It's like put your focus on where you want to go, what you want to do. This can be a lot of study too. You could be going back to school. You could be studying something. You could be further developing a spiritual path. So Melchizedek is a wonderful spiritual guide to reach out for this. You're really coming through with a lot of that kind of energy. Let me just adjust this arm a little bit. Maybe that'll help with this focus issue. Hadn't been having that at all. And then the last reading for Taurus, and now this one, the camera just will not stop going in and out. So hopefully that will resolve itself. I'm sorry if it's bugging people's eyes. Just put the camera, put the phone down or the computer down and just listen to it instead. I'm so sorry. So let's get into your tarot here, Gemini. Hopefully it will stay nice and clear for us. All right, Spirit, what does Gemini need to know for their highest and best good in the tarot? We will be doing a classic Celtic cross as well with a clarifier for each card. Oh, very nice. Very nice. 10 of Pentacles in the center. Wow, 9 of Pentacles on the immediate past and 3 on the future. So we've got a lot of Pentacles there. Oh wow, Ace of Cups on the top. You have got a very, very nice little reading here going. I can already tell. 10 of Pentacles right in the center, right in the heartbeat. So to me, your focus, your big energy is completions of fulfilling cycles. This is all about having, greater abundance, greater stability, really feeling like you have a good relationship, a good stable home. You have a lot more wisdom now that you're accessing as well, which really does show up with its teaching energy, the Melchizedek energy. There's something you're deeper committing to. It's not going to be for all Geminis, but some of you may actually be either getting married, you may be signing a mortgage, you might be getting into a more permanent home. Some of these things might be actually happening to you in this month of January. Something's going to the next level, maybe a promotion at work, something that's just very meaningful to you that takes you to the next level and just helps you feel like finally things have manifested for you, or something you've been working on for a long time is starting to show results. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. There is just such a focus on these pentacles in your reading already. So I feel like you're really in that earth element. 2 of Pentacles kind of says keep an earthy balance. It's like if you feel like you're working too much, Gemini, you might want to really take a bit of a break and have some downtime just so that you don't, just burn out. Because I feel like you have been working very hard. In the immediate past with this 9 of Pentacles, it really shows up as well. Again, it's like you have the 9 and then you have the 10. So I feel like where you're coming from is where you've been really working for that 10. But it hasn't been bad working for it, right? You feel that it's like, yes, I'm growing my garden. I'm enjoying what I've created. I'm feeling the fulfillment of that coming full circle. I feel like for a lot of you, you've been putting quite a lot of effort in. I mean, you're a Gemini, but you've been working like a Capricorn or a Virgo here. We've got all this earthy energy. You've been putting a lot of effort into something. And we have Justice, right? A lot of effort towards balance, harmony, fairness, equal give and take, equal reciprocity. There's some Libra energy in there. There's a lot of balancing. So I would say, throughout these cycles of manifestation and hard work, make sure that you're keeping things in balance, Gemini, because it's like too much of just one thing isn't always a good thing. So if you've been working too hard, you definitely need to balance that with some downtime, some rest, some relaxation so that you can continue to progress at where you want to go. Going into the immediate future, we have the Three of Pentacles, very strong Capricorn vibes. Mars energy on this as well, which I love because Mars actually is going into Capricorn on January 4th. That's a great place for Mars to be. So it just gives us extra fortitude, stamina, direction, ambition, and purpose. And for you, Gemini, it really looks like something's coming out here where, you know, good coworkers, people that align with your purpose are coming into play. If you've been just saying, you know, I really want to do this, but I just need to meet the right person or align with the right person, that, you know, we can, you know, put this together and work even better on this as a team. This could be part of that. The teamwork energy is very powerful and positive with the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Swords, which is your own energy. This is you, Gemini. So this is huge networking. This is like, to me, as this month, you know, unfolds, and this could be showing up a little bit more later in the month, especially after the sun has gone into Aquarius. That's going to be a great time for you because this says there's going to be a lot of emails, messages, documents. You might be reviewing a lot of information. And I feel like that's the ultimate, like I said, it's a networking card. It's like you will really be, you know, reaching back and forth, sharing communication and info with other people that it's like you're all on the same page. Literally, it's beautiful. On the bottom, subconscious energy, what's going on in your deep subconscious mind is the Queen of Swords. So I do feel like you're very particular about the people that you align with, the choices that you make. You're not willing to join forces with just anybody. I love that you have the Justice card, that Libra energy, because she is the Libra Queen. She weighs everything in balance, and she's very unwilling to deal with fools. She will not suffer idiots in her court. She will not put up with anyone that's going to cause her drama, stress, trouble. She's like, nope. She'd rather go it alone than to deal with people that will do that in her life. So you're very particular, very discerning at this time about who you share your time and your space with. Yeah, look at that. And yes, at the same time, you're very positive about it. So you don't feel bad about it at all, Gemini. You're like, no, I'm not going to play with this, you know, particular person or a particular kind of person. I've got no time for that. You don't want anybody that's going to drag you down, or pull you down to a lower level, or, you know, any sort of negative vibration, because we've got the sun, and the sun is the most positive card in the tarot. So, you know, you feel very positive. You feel very upbeat about who you're going to connect with, because you're like, I'm good by myself, but if I find some good people to work with, then I'll absolutely let them in. Come on board. This will be wonderful. So I do feel like your boundaries are strong and they're very healthy, right? They're very positive. Like you're not just being difficult. You're like, nope, I have strong boundaries and that's the way it is. I've learned from experience that that's the best way for me. Going on to the top, message from Spirit crowning the spread is the Ace of Cups. So I feel like Spirit is really blessing you this month. To me, the Ace of Cups is just, you know, Spirit reaching in and giving you an extra dose of happiness, an extra dose of spiritual joy and contentment. Sometimes it's extra love. And I feel like, you know, the way that this fits into this teaching and learning, you know, I feel like your spiritual development is really going to another level this month here. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So, you know, this is something that it takes time for you to feel the fullness of this. And I would also say that if you have this burst of just contentment, peace within your heart, all of that, it's not just coming out of nowhere. Spirit says, we've been watching you work slowly but surely here, Gemini. We know it's been taking some time, but it's coming, right? Just keep going. Don't give up. Oh my goodness. No, I can't do that. I can't believe that call came through. I had my phone turned off. But, you know, Gemini, I'm telling you, that ring right there, because that shouldn't have even rung because I had my ringer off on my phone. That's like, you know, okay, that I take that as like that was meant to come through in your reading, because Spirit might be really giving you the call. You might really be getting like some sort of notice this month. Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, that phone might be ringing for you. Spirit might be calling your name here, Gemini, this month of January. Let's get some advice on this reading for you. Oh my goodness. Six of Wands. Oh, the Sun again. Justice again. And the Tower. Ooh, powerful energies here all around, guys. The other thing I wanted to point out too in the astrology is that, Jupiter is in Taurus until the end of May. I think it's May 25th that it moves into your sign. So this next, 5-6 months is very much you getting ready for some fabulous energy coming through. Jupiter is the great benefactor. It's the expansion. It's good luck. So yeah, you're getting ready for some very, very nice energy coming through. But it seems like you're already getting some heads up here. So suggested approach, Six of Wands. This is about victory, success, recognized achievement, having, something to celebrate. It's very upbeat. Again, it's Leo energy, Jupiter energy. So I feel like even if you feel like right now you might be going, Ariel, I am not celebrating. I am not having anything great like this coming around. And maybe you don't feel like you resonate with this at all. But this may be saying, even if you don't feel that way yet, this is really saying, keep your chin up, literally. It's like, stay in a positive mind frame, even if you feel like it's easy to worry, even if it's easy for you to doubt. Keep your confidence, keep that light vibration up, because this is coming through. There's so much positive here for you, Gemini. I feel like you've learned some super healthy boundaries for yourself. You know what makes you happy. You know what makes you feel good. You know what makes you feel balanced. And you've got no reason to accept less than that, right? Here's the Hanged Man. So, anything that you need to release in order to feel this happiness and this joy and this successful feeling, let it go. Go ahead and release it. Here we go into the what you need to know. The Sun card. Again, I love that this is doubled in your reading, because to me, again, it's the most positive vibration, new beginnings, pure joy, bliss, fulfillment, fresh new start, right? It's really that the sun is finally coming out after maybe those long dark nights, those difficult times, those challenges that you faced alone that nobody knew about, right? And it's like finally you feel the clouds starting to lift, the energy starting to clear. I feel like the beginning of this new year for you is just feels very positive. The numbers change when we enter a new year vibration. There is something about that, right? And for you, it feels very nice indeed. Yeah, Knight of Cups. And I feel like, for some of my Geminis, some of you might be getting engaged, taking a relationship to another level, moving in together, getting married. There's something that's, for those of you that are already in a relationship, that's happening. But for those of you who are single, it's like the love offers. Here it is with the Knight of Cups, right? There could be somebody really, that's caught your eye, or you've caught theirs, or vice versa, right? And it's like you're both kind of coming into each other's life, and it feels very positive. Could be very much a Leo. There's a big Leo energy in this reading. There's also a lot of Libra. Knight of Cups is Pisces energy, but doesn't have to be, right? But we're seeing some Pisces around you because the Hangman is Neptune, Pisces ruler, some Pisces energy. Wow, I just am amazed by how many cards have doubled up for you, especially those really powerful ones. Hopes and Fears is Justice, and I really feel like for you, you want very much to be balanced. And I feel like that's the only thing you might be a little nervous or fearful of. It's like you really want to stay on balance. I feel like you've worked very hard to get to that point where you feel, less stressed and you feel more stable. And in some ways, that balance may feel a bit delicate to maintain. And so you just really want to stay in a place where you keep that harmony, that centered feeling. This is part of the teaching and learning. Again, it's like this is part of you knowing what makes you feel good. Page of Wands is a card of innocence, joy, happiness, even being a little silly, right? Just spontaneous. So I would say pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to, your sense of contentment, joy, right? If you're feeling pretty good and things feel right, then listen to that. It's the same with the sun, right? That's what your boundaries are about. If someone brings you down, saps your energy, drains you, it doesn't mean that you can't help someone through something tough, but there's a difference between helping someone through a hard time or you helping yourself through a hard time and just getting so, embroiled or bittered, by the experience that it just drains you. And so you'll know the difference between whether or not an experience, a situation, a person, a place, a thing is taking that joy, that lightness from you, because that is a huge part of where you are right now. And even like if there's a love offer or relationships that you're thinking about, like if there's more than one person that you might be kind of considering, the way that again, Gemini, is how do they make you feel, right? How do you feel in their presence? How do you feel after you've spent time with them? If it's lighter, brighter, more encouraged, more uplifted, this is a very positive thing, right? So in the outcome card, as we go towards the end of the month, we have the Tower, which is Mars rulership, right? I never think of the Tower as something horrible. For me, it's usually quite positive when I see a tower because it means that there's going to be movement, there's going to be action, there's going to be something dynamic that comes to the forefront. So I would say, sometimes it can be a very surprising thing. And the only reason it can feel negative is if it's something that, maybe we'd been clinging to it really hard and fast for a long time. And then Spirit says, that's just not good for you. And it's not good for you. And you've known it's not good for you. So I am going to intervene finally and take that out of your life. So that can be the time when we don't enjoy the towers. We've just clung and hung on to something for so long that we just, it's like Spirit has to get involved and help us let go. So like I said, the only place where I see a need to let go is here with that suggested approach. Let go of anything that makes you feel less than 100%. Anything that dims your glow or takes away your sparkle, right? That's the only thing that needs to go there, Gemini. And if you've already released it, you don't really have to fear the Tower much. If anything, the Tower could be a blessed surprise, right? It could be a shocking delight. So let's get a card on that to clarify. Yes, Four of Cups. I think for some of you, since this is a general read, the Four of Cups could be saying you might be focusing too much on the things that aren't working out or the situations that aren't coming through for you. And Spirit has something better for you. And it might, it keep on tapping on your shoulder, Gemini. It's like, look over here, look over here. And if you keep not paying attention to it, it'll send a lightning bolt. So that you really pay attention to it. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So to me, this again, reciprocity, equal give and take. There's a need for balance. And I feel like with the Three of Wands, you're very patient. You're very willing to wait for those ships to come in, for those situations to be right. You are definitely not in a position where you want to move towards anything or anyone unless it feels correct. If they don't approach you in the right way, if their energy is bad or funky or off, you're just like, no, I'm fine, I'm good. Let's get an affirmation on this amazing reading for you, Gemini. And we have longevity. Yes, because you're playing the long game here, Gemini. You're definitely thinking and doing things with a mind for the future outcomes. So attend to things before they become a problem. Especially take care of yourself on all levels. Pursue a healthy lifestyle to attain mental clarity and physical wellness. You may need a different approach to the situation at hand, so be flexible, right? Be willing to release, be willing to let go of anything that doesn't serve your highest purpose. But this is a beautiful reading. It looks very good to me. And I pray you have a great January, a great beginning of your new year. Best to you, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care.